Well, a new study has revealed that Florida is the fourth least safe state to live in, guys. It's dangerous down here. You better watch out. You better watch out. We'll get into that a little bit. Also, want to touch on a topic I get asked about a lot, and that is, to put it bluntly, the way people say it is, what are they going to do with all these houses when the baby boomer generation dies off in mass? That's not me saying that. That's questions that get asked in the comments. And it's a valid question. I mean, especially in an area like Punta Gorda. There are a lot of very specific homes here that will need a lot of renovation. A lot of renovation. You know, something I noticed when I started selling in Florida was people came here and made the house their own. They were not leaving it. So there's only one way they were going out the door. And we're getting to that point. It's coming around. So there's very, very specific styles that are way outdated. I think if you were of that age bracket and that was a good description of your home, the time to sell it for top dollar is long past. We are going to probably see, some stagnation in these markets. It's going to be interesting. The age demographic around the area is skewing lower. I mean, it's high for Charlotte County, but even in Fort Myers and Sarasota, Northport, a lot of 50-somethings, not really over 60s too much that I'm seeing, at least. Obviously, they still come here and buy, but it's not the usual. It's trending down, and remote work has helped some of that. Obviously, people can live here half the year and go back home. So I think we're seeing some of that start to occur now, but not even necessarily with boomer homes. We have homes that have been, were brand new 20 years ago and never updated, and people want top dollar for them. And you just can't do that when you have new construction around the corner. It's just not going to happen. So the people are finding out the hard way that certain things are making your home, we call it functional obsolescence. It's just not going to work for people. And in my opinion, based on what I've seen and learned, I don't think it's worth updating the house. You just drop the price to accommodate. Someone will do the work at the right price. A lot of people still actually really enjoy doing that. They like getting a home for a good price and then making it their own. But you run a real risk when you decide you're going to come in and remodel, and now you put top dollar on the house, and maybe the things you did don't apply to the people that are looking to buy. You know what I mean, guys? It's too risky. Spending money to make money on housing renovations doesn't really work unless you stole the property. That's why people flip. That's why people aren't flipping here right now, because there's no money in it. When the prices drop to the point where flipping makes sense, I think that will be the cohort that comes in and scoops up a lot of these homes that the older generation leaves behind. I think that is what's most likely going to happen, but I think it's going to stagnate at first to the point where they have to get so low that it's just such a good deal. An outside investor is going to come in and flip the house. So I agree with people when they say that's going to affect the market. What has thrown a wrench in that, again, is all the new construction, because we're building so many new houses now. So not only are you competing with a lot of older listings, but now there's so much new stock. And in the subsequent decade, those homes are only going to be 5 to 10 years old. And now the other homes are still going to be old homes. So I think things just kind of get worse and worse down that line. Now, again, it's different if you're in a historic area like I'm walking today, or if you're on the water, that changes things. But even that has limits. People have limits on that as well, on what they're willing to pay. It's going to be an interesting decade housing-wise here. I don't know what it's going to look like. I have suspicions on what it's going to look like, but like I always tell you guys, I never know what the government's going to do. I never know what the economy's going to do. I mean, 2019, I was walking around like, ooh, this bad boy's coming down. We about to crash. And then look how that turned out. I couldn't have seen that coming. I had no idea. It's crazy. So I get hesitant to make like strong predictions, because I don't know what I don't know, and I can't see what I can't see coming. And anything's possible these days. Anything. Ugh, Now I kind of want to take a look at this house, but I don't know if the video is going to permit time for that. Maybe we'll get in there, see what's going on. We still got this one across the street that got flooded that is still listed. Listed that thing last December. Well, 706 West Marion Ave, Punta Gorda, pending already. Only 17 days on the market. They got an offer in 12 days. Interesting. A pool home with all the gingerbread trim charm. Interesting. Wow, this is actually a fairly large house. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,900 square feet, 375. In the historic Punta Gorda district, built in 1920. That's not a bad price. Let's see what kind of pool this thing's got. Let's take a look at this. It's a cute house. As you can see, pretty good location. Oh, nice. I'm pretty excited to see what this looks like. Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't see that coming, guys. Oh man, I didn't see that coming. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I mean, I thought 375 seemed like a smoking deal, but obviously this house had really extensive flood damage. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at the tub. That's a shame. Still, guys, still the remnants of flooded homes. These look like impact sliders. Still being sold. Man, this is a year out from Hilton and Moline. Or Hilton and Moline. Helene and Milton. Okay. Yeah, a lot of work to be done here. A lot of work to be done here. So now I get it. Man, that's a pretty sweet. This thing was probably decked out previously. It looks like it was nicely updated. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I can't see the pool from the road. As you guys can see, I'm turning this corner here, but yeah, even with this extensive damage, people snatch this up. 194 square foot, only 12 days on the market, 1,500 views, 54 saves. Interesting. Ugh, that's a tough estimate. So in 2019, it was 367. Here we go through the boom, according to Zillow, and then Zillow seemed to think it should be somewhere around 500K. Obviously, they listed it low. I'll have to keep an eye on this and see what exactly that this sells for. I'd be interested to see at the end of the day, you know, it sold for 367 back in 2019. Obviously not flooded. Now they got an offer at 375. We'll keep an eye on this one. You know, and I should have known because this is it pending here and right across the street. I looked across the street and said, oh, that's the house that flooded that's been on the market forever. So obviously this one got water damage. But yeah, it didn't even occur to me. You could not tell from outside. The outside looked great. So let me know what you guys think of that property. Oh my God. It's another one across the street. That one says it has a pool though. Maybe we'll pull that guy up. That looks kind of cool. I'd be interested to see what that pool looks like. Okay, so this is the other pool home right across the street from where I was just walking that I showed you guys. $649 they're asking on this one. It's actually smaller than the previous house. Doesn't look flooded though, or previously may have been flooded. Doesn't look flooded now. 5 beds, 2 baths. Interesting makeup. $353 a square foot. Okay, $649. We're asking how long we've been on the market. 124 days. Let's take a look. Beautiful outside. That's a nice pool too. I really like the colors in here so far. Interesting. Now this house was a little raised up, so maybe it didn't get wet. I mean, I don't see any indication that it did. It's very nicely updated. It's kind of a beautiful home inside here. These are really nice touches, just the molding and everything. Let's see. Clean, looks super clean, updated pretty much throughout. What's upstairs look like? Some old school flooring. I like it. I love these colors. This is awesome. And they matched it all up. Yes, give me more of this. All right. Very, very vibrant house. It's not for everybody. It's for me, obviously. I like it, but some people, you know, that's not really the style all the time these days. Nice covered area under here. You get a little fireplace, fire pit. Yeah, pool looked better in the other photos. It still looks good, though. Still looks good. So, nice size backyard, especially for downtown and in the historic district. This is a nice size parcel here. Corner lot, detached garage. Only a 1-car, but, I mean, could have been a 2-car, it looks like, at one point. Maybe you can convert it, but I like the little walkway they have back here. It's pretty cool. That's a cool property. Now, that's interesting. Also sold in the 370s in 2019. Exactly what the previous house we saw sold for in 2019. Up for $699 originally, now at $650. I don't know. I really like this house. Now, I like that Zillow gives you these offer insights now. How likely is a strong offer on this is $591. Wow. A strong offer is $60K off the ask, according to them. You have a 90% chance of winning the offer. What's weak? Oh, that's not really. I mean, so strong is $591, weak is $572. I don't know. But I appreciate that, Zillow. I mean, 10% under ask. That's Zillow knows what's up. Built in 1926. I don't know. I kind of dig it. All right, guys, so let me know what you think about that property as well. And, of course, we have the remnants here of the hurricanes as well. Still a blue tarped roof. Very garden-esque on that property. Very European, if what I'm being told is correct. Apparently, Europeans like gardens instead of lawns. I don't like lawns. That sounds great. Just let it go. Let's make a garden. Why would we? I hate mowing lawns. I can't stand it. Ugh. Anyway, back on topic. The danger of coming and living in Florida apparently is on the rise. And I don't know how I feel about that. I've lived here for 11 years. And when I got here in 2015, yeah, there were some sketchy things I saw. There was remnants of 09 and things that happened in 09 still here. I couldn't afford to move into a luxurious area, so I didn't live in the best location when I came here. So some of that was to be expected, but a lot of the remnants of things I heard kind of died down, the 5 years after that, in my personal opinion. And then, I don't know, then we had people eating people's faces in there, lots of shootouts. Then we're, only stayed open during the pandemic. That was a tough one. Got a lot of flack for that. And so who knows? I guess it's all subjective if you think it's dangerous. I will say there is a bit of concern because Publix is now allowing open carry. So you just put that sucker on your hip and you go on in and get your pub sub and your popcorn chicken. And ain't nobody going to mess with you. People are very concerned about it. I don't know. I mean, I've lived here long enough. Guns are a pretty regular part of the, what's the word I'm looking for, culture here. And it's not unsurprising to me that people would open carry in a place like that. The thing I always tell people, that's the one thing I'll say about Florida as far as safety goes, is people will ask me, is like, well, are there a lot of breaking and entering things? And I'm like, there's some B&Es. I said, but from a psychological point of view, you don't ever know what's on the other side of that door in Florida. Like, you could do a B&E. Yeah, you could break in. Trust me. You could storm in anybody's house. But, man, you have no idea what is on the other side of that door. There could be a gator with an AK-47 for all I know. It's crazy down here. So some of that, some of that is to be considered as well. Beautiful day here on the Harbor Walk. Beautiful day. Still no bathrooms. A year later. There they are, right over there. They don't work, though. They don't work. But hey, you could poop in here when it's 109 degrees. That should be the same. Kids Park's finally back open, but also they can poop in there too. So what's taking so long, guys? What's going on? Also, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Former Hurricane Charlie's. We need to get a game plan going. Something. It's Ben Grieco. It's all Ben Grieco's fault. I don't know. I heard rumblings that they're going to be doing like 2 hotels down here, but I don't know yet. It's going to be years. I underestimated how slow everything would come back. But in other things, they're pretty good. I can't lie. I'm from Pennsylvania, and if a power line went down, that was 10 days. Usually 10 days, no power. So at least here. I mean, after the hurricane, it's a couple days, and I mean, towns get wiped out and they get it up and running pretty quick. So I'll give them that. But other stuff, like, I don't get it. All right, that's going to do it for me today, friends. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.